Now, let's take a look at the traditional sectors of the economy. The primary sector involves the harvest of products straight from the earth, or raw materials. Activities in this sector include agriculture, mining, fishing, and forestry. It employs increasingly fewer workers globally. Most of these workers are in lower income countries, and this is because they seek better working conditions from these highly intensive jobs. Agriculture is heavily linked to the demographic transition model and development, where uh, approximately 2 billion people rely on subsistence farming worldwide. Uh, Subsistence farming is characteristic of less developed countries, while commercial farming is characteristic of more developed countries. The total value of production from agriculture stands around $2 trillion, and it will become increasingly important as our population increases worldwide. Now, there have been various agricultural revolutions throughout history. The first agricultural revolution was the transition from hunter gathering to organized farming. This was the domestication of plants and animals, essentially, uh, in the earliest societies in Mesopotamia. The second agricultural revolution was the uh, prequel to the Industrial Revolution, with increased efficiency of farming through new techniques, such as crop rotation, selective breeding, and so on and so forth. The third agricultural revolution was the global modernization of farming, with artificial fertilizers and pesticides, as well as GMOs. This obviously significantly harmed the environment, but increased our food production uh, and led to a large scale decrease in global hunger. And this revolution also corresponded to the mechanization of farming equipment. Now covering von Thunen's model of uh, agriculture outside of a city, it was originally conceived in 1826 to explain the layout of European cities. More labor intensive activities are found closer to the center, like dairy farming, forestry, and so on. And the labor diminishes as you go out. It's based on the inverse relationship between cost of labor and distance. So if an activity costs a lot, then you want it to be close to the center. And also, if the food spoils easily, you want it to be close to the center. Like dairy spoils fairly easily. And if you want to take a moment to pause the video and come up with some problems with this model, feel free. Now, the question on the minds of many geographers is, are we headed towards a fourth agricultural revolution? How can agricultural practices become more sustainable and efficient in meeting today's challenges, namely climate change as well as obviously poverty? Pollination drones aim to assist declining bee populations, and this is one of the characteristics of a possible fourth revolution. Vertical farming, as shown in Singapore, uh, incorporates hydroponic and aquaponic technologies. There's also examples of hydroponics in the Canadian Arctic. Uh, Using remote sensing and GIS technology to predict the most productive crop locations may be a characteristic of the fourth revolution. For example, where crops are most likely to grow based on factors such as relief, sunlight, and rain amounts.